So let's take you through the grid for the CKR 100cc European Grand Prix, Prix 2000 and Prix 2000 Plus final. Looking back at last year, Robert Schlunzen took the Prix 2000 title. Stefan Müller took the Prix 2000 Plus title. Torben Andersen and Sandro Murra with the rest of the top three in the Prix 2000, with Alexander Materna and Peter Eger rounding out the top three. Could be a very different story here as we've got 15 minutes plus 15 minutes, and here's your starting grid. Robert Schlunzen starts from pole position, and alongside him on the front row, Jonas Veladsen, Enrico Gafka and Michael Engstrom Christensen, row 2. Deer Schilling and Alan Hansen, row 3. Lasse Holligud and Joe Scory, row 4. Nick Madsen and Mark Risser round out the top 10. Alden Larsen from Norway and Angelo Jorda from Denmark round out row 6 ahead of Martin Hansen, Lasse Jensen, Kasper Stolzer, Jan Oliver Nielsen, Alexander Materna, Kasper Brunn, David Visbergen, Torben Koch, and then we've got Tommy Nielsen, Jeff de Klerk, Henrik Hager, Alex Roda Inthanay, Michael Juncker, Tom Kleinkries, Lorenzo Travisanuto, Jesper Kilstrup Egerbart, and I think we will have 28 carts because we've not seen Magnus Dannersball. And also, for those wondering, Tina Bang Jorgensen is absolutely fine. She's been very, very shaken up after the earlier incident today. So we have what looks to be 14 rows, 28 competitors, and good to see that Annabelle is going to be cheering Daddy on. Great to hear that, Hayley, and good to see Kate, Joe Scory's sis, also watching along. So let's find out, can Robert Schlunzen be beaten on home soil? 15 minutes to see if history can be made this weekend in 2024. They're going to have to put him under pressure early because we come out of turn number 10. 15 minutes on the timer. The grandstand finale for CKR 100cc Euro Grand Prix 2024 is go, go, go. And round into turn 1, Schlunzen closes off the door early. And everyone else manages to get through 3 wide at the back. Oh, dearie, dearie me. Very, very close indeed. But Robert Schlunzen is being pressurized. Jonas Veladsen in the number 15, along with Enrico Gafka, are right behind the number 22. Lorenzo Travisanuto, starting from 27th on the grid, starting to make a couple of positions here or there. The 3-time FIA World Karting Champion, you can bet your bottom dollar, is going to start moving at pace up the order. But Jonas Veladsen is going with Robert Schlunzen in the early stages as the two leaders make their way through into turn 8. Deer Schilling and Michael Engstrom Christensen look to be battling away over 4th, 5th and 6th, maybe with the likes of Alan Hansen. But Schlunzen is not too far behind. Oh, someone's had a big old off. That was Deer Schilling coming out of turn number 9 at the hairpin. Schlunzen leads after the opening lap by 3/10. Jonas Veladsen 3/10 behind. Michael Engstrom Christensen. Joe Scory has motored his way from 8th on the grid, and he's now 4th. He's ahead of Deer Schilling, who had that big, big tank slapper coming out of turn number 9. Now, bearing in mind, Joe Scory has not raced this track before. This is not his own. This is not his own. You know, he's not racing on his own equipment. So he is, you would say, at a disadvantage. But what I can say to that, folks, is everyone loves a good underdog. And Mikkel Alm, great to hear from you, and thank you for joining us on the live stream. Hopefully we see you next year, buddy. So, well, anyone might thought, is Robert Schlunzen sandbagging? I think he is. I think he's conserving his tyres, and he's making Jonas Veladsen push quite hard. Lorenzo Travisanuto, well, he was 27th at the start. Let's see where he is. He's up to 21st, as Veladsen has just put in the fastest lap of the race. Now he's saying to Robert Schlunzen, we might be on your circuit, mate, but believe you me, there is more to come from my bag of tricks, from my magician's hat. There we see Lorenzo Travisanuto in the number 90. He's just made his way past Tommy Nielsen. So Travisanuto up into the top 20 after the opening 2.5 minutes and a bit. So with Joe Scory is going Alan Hansen. So the 171 and the 48, they're 4th and 5th respectively. Dear Schilling, I think, is currently down. Well, he's actually down in 7th now because Leslie Holligid is now up to 6th. As Alan Hansen up the inside of Joe Scory through at turn 1 for 4th place. Schlunzen's now fired back at Villadsen and has just retaken the fastest lap of the race and has put in a 59.670 second lap time. And who's leading in Prix 2000 plus at the moment? Angelo Jorda in the number 60, running P10. Second in that class, Alexander Materna in 14th. And who's third in that? Tom Kleinkries in the number 84, rounding out the top 17. As more positions changing. I think Mark Hisser just lost a spot, possibly to Angelo Jorda in the number 60. So that will be a change for 9th overall. So 4 minutes in, 11 to go. Schlunzen is keeping pace, keeping it consistent, and puts in a new fastest lap of the race, opens up the gap to half a second. Joe Scory, in the meantime, dives up the inside through at turn 1 on Alan Hansen, and that is 4th for the man from Norwich in Norfolk. But the problem is they are 2.3 seconds behind the driver that occupies the final position on the rostrum. That is currently occupied by the number 80 of Michael Engström Christensen from Denmark. So Scory has got to play the long game. And hopefully he doesn't overcook his tyres. And I do have to say, Kate, Joe's sister, saying, to be honest, it's been a team effort to get Joe there. All of work are watching, friends and family. We are all very, very proud. Well, he's making you proud because at the moment, Kate, he's only one step away from the bleeding podium at the minute. And I'm just waiting to see what the gap is. 2.5 seconds. But the thing is Joe is being hindered, let's say, because of the fact that he's got Alan Hansen and Lassie Holligid. He knew he was up against it, coming here with didn't even turn a wheel on the circuit until this morning. So that just goes to show the amount of dedication that some drivers, you can put them in anything, they're normally rapid. Joe Scory has just said, well, he's actually said to me, he wants to come back next year. He wants to come back here next year, bring his own equipment and be at the top of his game. And that could be something rather interesting to watch. So I've got a message. Jay Fairbrass, F100 UK, Spirit of the 90s. Bring your gaggle over here when we do CKR 100cc next year. And let's really, really bring the spirit of the 90s, the F100s, kicking and screaming here to Voyens in multiple different classes, multiple different engines, and bring a whole host of talent here to this particular circuit. Well, Alan Hansen gets past Joe Scory and retakes that 4th place back from the 171. But this is a great battle between someone who is pretty much a novice to this circuit and the equipment he's racing on. They've literally shoehorned the tyres on, the engine, chain, everything. Chassis was built up before they got here. And it was only by a chance phone call with Martin Christensen, who not only is part of Team Brass, but also part of the team here at CKR, gave Joe a call and said, look, we've got an opportunity. You want to come over? Joe went, you know what, let me see if I can make it work. And to see him race on equipment that's alien to him, it's a great opportunity to see what the future of international competition is going to look like. And Joe Scory could be leading that change of the guard in the years to come here at Voyens Motorsport Arena. But Robert Schlunzen, with 7 minutes and 35 seconds to go, has a lead of 1.1 seconds of Jonas Villadsen. However, we are past the halfway point right now. But it's just dependent on the thing is that Villadsen had to put Schlunzen under pressure and kept within 0.3 of a second, I think, of Robert for the first 3 to 4 laps of the race, but it's all kicking off a little bit further back. So improvements on lap times by Jonas Villadsen, Alden Larsen, the Norwegian, who said, well, my English sounds a bit like Petter Solberg. Yes, we definitely found that is the case. His interview's coming up on CKR 100cc social media in the very near future, along with a couple of other interviews. I have to say a big thank you to Jesper Karlsson for joining me this weekend to be part of the, one of the guides in the paddock. We had some great conversations, some of which you'll be able to catch on the VMA, the Voyens Motorsport Arena YouTube channel. Oh, as we've got somebody off, as that is Lorenzo Travisanuto through on Lasse Jensen, and now the next person on his list is Mark Risser in 10th place. Or that was Mark Risser. That was Mark Risser that went off, so Lorenzo Travisanuto has made up 17 places and is now 10th. Well, well, well. Let's have a look at his lap times. 59.6, 6.3. His previous one was a 1 minute 5. So if Lorenzo can get some clear air, there we go. Lorenzo Travisanuto, comeback driver of the weekend in a final. Jan van Handel, 11th to 1st. Jimmy Fredslund Ibsen, 14th to 1st. Lorenzo Travisanuto has just levelled us up again. 27th to now P10. And there's still 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go, folks. So with 5 minutes to go, just 1/3 of the race remaining, Robert Schlunsen getting his head down, leads by nearly 1.5 seconds. As Jonas Villadsen, Michael Engstrom Christensen, Alan Hansen and Joe Scory, they round out the top 5. Right, okay, let's see what's happening. Pre-2000 plus. Oh, new leader, Martin Hansen in the number 52 is leading pre-2000 plus. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, Alexander Materna retired on lap 3. We still have at the moment, so looks like we could... Oh, new fastest lap. Bat phone engaged, Lorenzo Travisanuto. 59.369 is the new fastest lap of this race on lap 10. Okay, Lorenzo, right, okay, 4 minutes to go. Lorenzo Travisanuto, 10th place, is now, let's see, let's wait. What's the difference between him? 16 seconds. As, right, Schlunsen knows that, he's probably heard me on the tannoy anyway, cheeky beggar, that Lorenzo Travisanuto has just put in another fastest lap, 59.357. Lorenzo Travisanuto to Robert Schlunsen, 16 seconds. As diving up the inside, that was the number 60, Angelo Jorda on Mark Risser. That is for an overall position, but it's not for the class lead, because at the moment, the pre-2000 plus top 3, 9th Martin Hansen. Oh, and let's just have a look here. Angelo Jorda in the number 60, 14th. And Germany's Tom Kleinkries in the 84. That's your top 3 in pre-2000 plus with 3 minutes to go. Well, Martin Hansen's going to get a bit of a fright. Well, hang on a second. It has happened because Travisanuto now 8th and climbing again. He is going to push to every single, he's going to literally expend every single bit of mental and physical energy. But you know what? I'm so pleased that we've Sandro Mara joining us last year. And also the fact that Lorenzo comes in. Great to have Dear Schilling back in the karting paddock for the first time in 12 years after KF3 at Captain Defang. And there is the number, well, that was the number 42 I saw going through shot. And I think that was somebody else, 57, Henrik Hager, putting their hands up, just saying, right, okay, I need to get. So now, back marker traffic coming into play. So the 42 gets out of the way of Tommy Nielsen. So Robert Schlunsen drove in the late 1990s in Formula A. If anyone might remember his antics at a certain circuit by the name of Val d'Argenton, not too far from Nantes in western France, under German nationality. But of course, as we're now in his neck of the woods, at home, Denmark is the flag of choice for him and the nationality, because he does have a Danish racing license. But with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go, I'm wondering whether it could be close. I think Lorenzo Travisanuto could be on for a top 7 finish here, and that would be a Herculean effort. That would be the comeback drive of the weekend so far. But Robert Schlunsen, calm and cool as a cucumber. He knew he had to just literally bite his tongue and wait for the opportunity to present itself to power away. And he said to me earlier on, after I spoke to him about securing the John Pizarro pole position award, he said, well, yeah, I want to have a really good battle with Lorenzo. We got that, but then Lorenzo got literally turned around in the pre-final as well. Well, got turned around in the pre-final, ending up 27th when the checkered had flown. But you know what they say? Don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it occurred, because CKR 100cc Euro Grand Prix 2024 for the pre-2000 finale is coming down to the final few seconds. And Robert Schlunsen crosses the line with 3 seconds on the timer remaining. Lorenzo Travisanuto is 1 step away from getting past the 157 of Alden Larsen, or has he already done so? Travisanuto now up 20 spots. Next time around, when he comes across the start-finish line here at Voyens Motorsport Arena, Robert Schlunsen will have done back-to-back victories in the final here at CKR 100cc on the same Birolot that he used in the late 1990s in FIA Karting World Championship battles. It has been an interesting weekend, and the race day is going to go on to its final lap of the event for 2024. Robert Schlunsen goes on to lap 17. One more tour, 1.4 kilometers, maybe even less than that, separates Robert Schlunsen from back-to-back victories on the number 22 Birolot. On the with the Rotax power on his right-hand side. Over the crest, over the jump, through turn 5, into turn 6. So just a handful more corners to go. Have to give credit where credit is due. Jonas Willidsen in the number 15 kept Robert Schlunsen very, very honest. But it was not enough. The winning run continues as Robert Schlunsen, the number 22, out of the final corner. Him and his faithful Birollet RT will take back-to-back victories as he becomes, once again, Prix 2000 champion. Jonas Willidsen will take second. Third will be Alan Hansen. 10.4 seconds back. Joe Scory got to within a second of a podium on machinery alien to him, and it was a last-minute call-up from 8th on the grid. The boy from Norfolk did good. And family and friends, I know you're proud. Lasse Holligid, Dear Schilling, and comeback drive of the weekend. No surprise, Lorenzo Travisanuto, 27th to 7th. Alden Larsen, Lasse Jensen, and your 2024 Prix 2000 plus champion from Denmark. It's Martin Hansen in the number 52. Mark Hisse takes 11th, with Angelo Jorda taking 2nd provisionally in Prix 2000 plus in the number 60. And Michael Juncker in the number 47 wraps up an all-Danish Prix 2000 plus provisional podium in the number 47. Jan Oliver Nielsen, Tom Kleinkries, David Visberger, Jesper Kielstrup Egerbart, Kasper Brunn, Turban Koch, rounding out 19th, ahead of Alex Rudder, Inthanai, Tommy Nielsen, Magnus Stanisbro, Henrik Hager, Michael Engstrom Christensen, unfortunately retiring on lap 11, Kasper Stolzer, lap 9, Alexander Materna, lap 3, Nick Madsen, Enrico Gafka, and we had no Jeff de Klerk or no Tina Bang Jorgensen on the grid, as they both opted to non-start. But Schlunsen does it again.